Hi guys, welcome to another episode of the Movie Club UK. I'm your host Mudia. I'm here today with my very own Barbie and Ken.
Hi guys.
Hi Kens. Hi Barbies.
This is season 1, episode 7, and today we'll be reviewing Barbie. So guys, what's the world of Barbie saying?
Barbie. Wait, repeat that again?
What's the world of Barbie saying?
The world of
the
Barbie.
world of Barbie, your world, isn't it? What's it saying?
Bro.
We've been in Barbie world for the last week or whenever the film came out.
Honestly, I actually enjoyed the film to an extent. You know, the plot I thought was very consistent throughout. There was a lot of good themes, good messages that were coming out of this. Obviously, as we know, Barbie, you know, everything was good and rosy in Barbie Land, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Hey, slow down.
Yeah, are we getting straight into it?
Slow your roll, slow your roll.
No.
Slow your roll, we'll get there.
Barbies, I was thinking,
No, just your world, man. Barbie, because it's Barbie world, innit? So just make
We
your world.
address the dress situation.
Oh, the
COVID
pink.
situation.
Look at me, bro.
Hot pink.
Hot pink,
Hot
and I'm getting hot.
Really?
Everyone's just been saying I'm not wearing pink,
come
and I'm
like that, it come
literally
like
wearing
that.
I
pink.
saw you today and I said, why is she wearing white?
It feels like as
My
if
mum said the
that's
same
been
thing.
watched a couple times and it's lost its colour though,
It's new.
It's
Oh
new.
my gosh.
Yeah. But you know. How you been?
Yeah, no, I've been really good. I've been good. You're not
Wait.
going to get much else out of me.
Not much from you being
Yeah.
good. When did you see the film?
Last night.
Last night. Oh, last night. I'm shooting today. Let's see how good our notes are. When did you see the film,
Extremely
bro?
I saw the film on Sunday.
On Sunday. Okay, so
Yeah.
that's enough time to
Yeah,
prepare.
yeah.
Yeah. I saw the film on Tuesday, so we all saw it at different times. But legit, this is the first film where I don't know what both of you are thinking. So this is going to be very interesting to actually go into it and see what we're saying. But guys, you can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I am going to announce that we are actually doing a giveaway of a £50 voucher at Every Man Cinema. So with a chance to win, you have to be subscribed to our YouTube channel. You have to like this Instagram post. You got to share the Instagram post, and you also got to comment. So yeah, do those 4 things, and you're in with a chance to win a gift voucher, a £50 gift voucher at Every Man Cinema. We will be announcing the winners on, when should we announce it? Our next episode?
Next
Or-
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll announce it on our next episode. But yeah, guys, make sure you do the above. So yeah, Ash Breakers today.
Ash Breakers
Take it
today.
away.
Also mention for the all of our followings who actually voted Barbie. Thanks, guys.
Oh yeah, special shout out you guys. I mean, without you, we wouldn't be seeing the film. It was Barbie versus Oppenheimer. I think, what were they calling it? Barbieheimer.
Barbieheimer,
So
yeah.
Barbieheimer. And Barbie came out on top. I think we had 170 votes. Barbie was 88. Oppenheimer, I think, was 82.
Yeah.
It was very close.
It was
very
very,
close.
very close. But yeah, you know, we're honest people, so we'd go with Barbie. So yeah, our Ash Breakers, what do we got?
Okay, so Barbie, influential figure. Yeah, we all agree with that.
I agree.
Extremely
I agree.
influential.
Yeah.
So I've made up a game, and I actually have to shout out to my mum, my brother, and my sister who actually helped me with this because I was
Shout out, mum,
really,
brother, and
I was
sister.
really
Shout out
struggling.
Mumsy and Brother Z.
Struggling on what we could do today. So we've come up with a game called Barbie or Boris.
Oh God, where's Boris coming
Barbie
from?
or Boris?
I'll get into it. Barbie, influential figure. So I've gotten a bunch of quotes from Barbie and a
Yeah.
bunch of quotes from other influential figures, not just Boris Johnson.
I was about to say, yeah, okay, all right, fair enough.
And essentially, you have to tell me who said the quote, Barbie or
the other-
Boris.
Okay,
And then there's other ones. So the first one
are we competing?
is... Oh, yes, you're competing.
Are we
yeah.
in this? Are we
Yeah,
just
of
doing
course
an
you
answer each? And then, or we can both say answers and then you tell us which one.
Okay, you
And
can both
depending
say
on the
answers.
round, it depends whoever goes first.
Yeah.
Alright,
Okay, cool. Okay, Barbie or Boris. It feels good to be a part of something bigger than yourself. So that was Barbie in the Mermaid Tale 2 2012 or Boris Johnson signing the EU treaty in 2019.
Say that line again.
It feels good to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
That sounds like a Boris line. I'm going to say Boris. That sounds like...
I'll say Boris as well.
That was Barbie in The Mermaid Tale 2. You guys don't know your British
Yeah,
politics.
I thought too hard. I did think
It
too
just
hard.
sounds like something he would say, though,
Yeah,
innit?
You do not know your British politics. That's
I studied
disappointing.
that, by the way.
Okay, second one. Am I good enough? Yes, I am. That's Michelle Obama in her book Becoming, or Barbie in a fashion fairy tale 2010.
Wait, can you repeat that again?
Am I good enough? Yes, I am.
Michelle Obama.
That's Michelle Obama.
That is Michelle Obama.
Whew.
Yeah, that's Michelle. Oh.
You got that right.
Okay. What makes you different makes you special? So that's Barbie Fairytopia 2005 or Kanye West during a Sway in the Morning radio show in 2014.
Say the line again.
What makes you different makes you special?
Barbie.
I'm gonna go Kanye.
It's Barbie 2005.
Yeah.
I've actually not been keeping score
It's two. It's,
I know I'm winning.
it's 2-1.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's 2-1
to who?
to Fizz.
to
To
Moa.
for his. Okay. Even the smallest person can make a big difference. Got that?
Yeah.
In the movie Barbie Presents Thumbelina in 2008, or Rishi Sunak said last month in a meeting with Joe Biden.
Say the line again.
Even the
my-
smallest person can make a big difference. Should I say this in a different order?
That just sounds like a Joe Biden film, but then again, it's like,
You saying Rishi Sunak said it?
Yeah.
you can go first.
I'm gonna be wrong, Barbie.
I'm not looking at screen.
Oh, is that why you're winning?
No. I ain't been cheating, no. Damn, it's tough. I'll just say Barbie as well. I don't know.
Okay, it was Barbie.
Okay.
Shit, come on, man. Great
Three-
minds think
3-2.
alike.
Okay. If everything was perfect, you would never learn and you would never grow. So it's Beyonce in an interview magazine for Destiny's Child, or Barbie, the Princess or the Pop Star, 2012.
Barbie.
Beyonce.
It was Beyonce.
Ah.
So that's 3-3 now.
3-3.
Okay, 3-3.
How many more do we got?
A couple more. I'll
Okay.
try
No, it's cool. It's
these
cool.
up. Okay. Listen to the beat of your heart and keep dancing. That's Barbie in the Pink Shoes 2013, or Michael Jackson during an interview with Oprah Winfrey in 1993. Listen to the beat of your heart and keep dancing.
Michael Jackson.
I'm gonna go MJ as well.
That's Barbie. You guys do not know your Michael Jackson. That's crazy.
Oh my days,
Man.
this is crazy, man.
Michael Jackson was a dancer, though. Come on now. Like,
Sorry, MJ.
Okay. Whoever is happy will make others happy too. So that's Barbie and the Secret Door in 2014, or Anne Frank in The Diary of a Young Girl.
I don't know nothing about Anne Frank.
Damn.
Say the line again.
Whoever is happy will make others happy too.
I don't know who you are, Anne Frank, but Anne Frank.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Anne Frank. Yeah, I can't imagine Barbie saying that.
That is Anne Frank.
Yeah.
Shout out Anne Frank.
Is that 4-4?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm gonna research you in the end. Don't worry.
Okay. Always leave things better than you found them. That's Barbie in The Pearl Princess 2014, or Greta Thunberg speech at the United Nations Climate Action Summit. Always
hell
leave
is that?
things better than you found them.
Greta Thunberg. Who's that?
Yeah.
Oh, I know
Do
who
you
that
not
is. She's that young girl, like she's the young
Yeah. That's
activist.
climate change. That's
Climate
Nobel
change.
Peace
something-
Prize.
I don't know about that,
You
but
must have seen her, like. must
you would have
her on,
seen
like,
a
social
meme of
media.
her or something.
Maybe. Say the quote again. Sorry. I'm doing this for everyone. I just got a picture.
Is it a me problem? I don't know.
No. I just got a
Always
picture.
leaves things better than you found them. Barbie and the Pearl Princess 2014, or Greta Thunberg's speech during a climate
Greta.
change.
Great speech.
Barbie.
It's Barbie.
It's Barbie.
Well done.
It just sounds
For
so...
free.
Damn.
Okay. Peace
Is it
begins with a smile. Barbie, the Pear Princess 2014, or Mother Teresa in a speech in North Macedonia.
Peace begins with a smile.
Yeah.
I call that one.
Who was the second person that you said?
Mother Teresa.
Mother
yeah,
Teresa.
that one. That's.
I'm gonna go with Mother Teresa as well.
Yeah.
That is in fact Mother Teresa.
Yes, that is.
Okay. We've got 3 more.
5-4.
You don't have to be a woman like me to encourage and support. Barbie as Rapunzel in 2002, or Cardi B interview at The Guardian in 2022.
Say the line again.
Cardi B. Oh my days.
Say the line again.
You don't have to be a woman like me for me to encourage and support you.
Cardi B.
I feel like I've heard that from Cardi B.
Okay.
Because it's just
Cardi
like,
B.
you know, it's just weird. 'cause
I've definitely heard that before.
Yeah, but-
This was probably on her come up. What year was this?
2022.
Oh no, it's not on her come up. She's already made
with
it.
all the stuff that she does, yeah, like, bro, she will say something like this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll say it this way instead. Barbie or
6'5".
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Hannah
What-
Montana's dad.
Yeah. Rock Your Own Story. Barbie in Rockin' Royals in 2015 or Billy Ray Cyrus's acceptance speech in the Country Music Award in 2008.
Rock Your Own Story.
Yeah.
Such a dry quote.
No, what?
I'm gonna go with.
I picked these, you know. Ouch.
Well, who's going first? Movie.
You can go first, bro, because I generally don't know. I'm trying to think, like, logically.
I'll just go Barbie.
It was Barbie and who the second person was?
Billy Ray Cyrus
Yeah.
acceptance speech in country.
Yeah, Billy Ray Cyrus, man, my guy.
It was Barbie.
Barbie.
You just guessed at this point, man.
Okay, last one.
I know about Hannah Montana's dad. He never said that.
When in doubt, always go with Barbie.
It's true.
Basically.
It's true.
So last one, bit of a random one. Why can't I just eat my waffle? Barbie and the Bake Shop, 2005, or Barack Obama during a campaign stop in a diner in Pennsylvania.
That's obvious.
That's Barack Obama,
It's
bro.
Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Obama.
It is
Why can't I
Barack
have my
Obama.
waffle? He probably said it like that. Probably said it like that.
No, honestly.
Okay, that's all.
So I have one, innit?
Who won?
Yeah,
that?
you won.
It's like 8-7.
You won by like.
Or
You won by
8-6.
2, yeah. You won by 2.
How many questions are there in total?
I have no idea.
But I think it's 8-6.
Yeah, it's 8-6. You won by 2, regardless of the score already.
Okay, well done with you.
So what's my
You
prize?
know your Barbie.
I know
or
my
you
Barbie.
Your influential
At
figures.
least you didn't bottle like Arsenal.
He's always forever mentioning
Let's
Arsenal.
get
like-
on to.
I don't
let's
like
get on to
Arsenal
the
myself,
film.
but he loves getting onto them. Any excuse to
Any
Arsenal.
excuse.
But no, that was great. That was a good icebreaker. I was literally thinking, what an idea, like, to have. Did it come from Barbie or did it come from? Why did you call it Boris?
It was. I was gonna do all Boris quotes,
Okay.
but they were getting a bit. They were
Crazy.
getting a bit. Yeah,
Like-
they were gonna get problematic. And I
Yeah.
don't think Barbie
Oh,
would have
okay.
said any of them.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, that was a great icebreaker. Brilliant. So I'm just gonna share with you lot a quick synopsis. It's gonna be really quick of Barbie, and then we're gonna get into it. So it says Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in the colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie Land. However, they get a chance to go to the real world. They then soon discover the joys and perils of living amongst humans. I think that synopsis is not really accurate, but that's what came up anyway.
I'm not
So,
sure
yeah.
that's how I would describe the movie.
That's not how I'd describe it at all, but that's what it says. So let's leave it at that. But yeah, from this point onwards, we will be talking about Barbie, the actual film, and it's going to contain some spoilers. So if you have not seen the movie, then pause at this point and come back when you finished. So yeah, let's get into it like we normally do. How was the plot for you? I know Fahis went into it a little bit.
Sorry about that. I was too excited.
He was too excited, couldn't contain
we
himself.
We let the ladies go first.
Yeah, but how do you think the plot was, Ash?
So yeah, the plot was. I think the plot was solid. I think it was good. It's not how I would have. If someone, I'm not a film writer, but if someone did come to me with, I want to make a movie about Barbie, I do think I would have done something different. But the plot, I think, was pretty solid.
Yeah.
And I think it really did convey exactly what Greta, I was going to say Greta Thunberg because of our
Yeah.
Greta Gerwig,
Yeah.
because of our icebreaker. Exactly, her vision was completely consistent throughout.
Yeah.
So yeah, I did like the plot, and it did convey exactly the message she was trying to get.
I do feel like it conveyed the message that she intended it to have. But personally, I just felt there was a lot of potential that wasn't really like driven into or really explored. Like I watched the first 20 to 30 minutes of the film thinking, all right, I'm going to get something special here. Because to me, remember when we did our icebreaker, was it about 2 episodes ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
I ranked this film as number 5 in terms of my interest in what would be, just based off the first trailer, right? And then when this film comes out, the build up to the film, I'm not sure, we will talk about numbers later, but the marketing that they've probably put behind this completely changed my feeling of whether I wanted to see the film or not. Because remember, I was saying 5, not interested, not going to be bothered. Then the last 2 weeks, I'm just like, we got to see Barbie. Like, do you know what I'm saying? And it even won the votes, which means that a lot of marketing was done to make people think this is going to be something special. And I remember speaking to my sister, and she was like, normally the great films, they don't really give too much away in the trailer. So this could have been one that doesn't give much away, but when we actually get into it, it's just a completely different film. So from the first 20 to 30 minutes, I was getting really excited, thinking that, whoa, this is going to be really special. It's going to take us somewhere that I've personally never been in the cinema. But after 30 minutes, for me, everything went downhill.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's strong. I agree with you that the marketing is the best I've seen in recent times.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I wasn't actually going to see Barbie. I was going to wait for it to come out. But then I'm literally seeing every influencer on the planet, every celebrity. I'm going into London Bridge. Everyone's wearing pink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is just incredible.
Insane. Yeah, it's
marketing.
insane. And I feel like they've done that to make up for a scrawny plot. That's why they've done that.
Ooh,
that's why they've done that, because I'm not gonna you got to put bum on seats, and when people figure out that this movie is not what they said it was, it's going to be too late. They've already made a lot of money, so I really do think that they went hard with the marketing, because the film wasn't that great for me. Well, let me not say the film, the plot, because we're just talking about the plot here. And from the plot, we started off with would you say a matriarchal, I don't know how to say it, matriarchal society, where women are in charge of everything. They hold the highest of, powers. They're doctors, they're lawyers, they're just in all the big roles. Personally, I know some men probably wouldn't like that. I love that. I love that. That was so refreshing to see. The bit where they lost me was, obviously we see Barbie, she goes through like some sort of, they call it a malfunction, stereotypical Barbie, things are happening with her basically, and she has to go to the real world to find out who's messing with her as a doll, to figure out what's going on, that kind of thing. When they came to the real world, where the film lost me is that with Ken accompanied Barbie, when they got there and Ken was figuring out that the real world is actually like a patriarchal sort of society, I thought it would kind of bring things level in Barbie world. I thought that's what it would do, but it completely went the other way with saying, yeah, we're all for patriotism and forget everything that was happening before. I feel like they completely turned it on his head to make patriotism seem like the worst thing in the world. Like, I'm not fully with patriotism, but they made it, to me, seem like this was an anti-men film. That's how I felt towards like the end. Like, this is very, very anti-men vibes I'm getting here. And I felt like the plot, they just had a lot going on that I was not too sure. I know what you're trying to do, but the way it's relaying to me in my face, I'm like, is all of this really necessary? So it lost me a little bit.
I mean, where I would kind of disagree with you there is when you said obviously you got lost in it, because there's been so many, like, how many films do we have where, you have like women as front and center of it? You don't really, not many films in it. So like you said, it was very refreshing and it was nice to see. I liked the kind of messages that they put across, because if we're going to take it into the real world, women to this day are still fighting for rights. Obviously things are a lot better for them in comparison to how it was maybe decades ago. Yeah, but still, there's still issues today, innit? And for me, it's like, there's so much rules for women, men can kind of do whatever they want. And with Barbie, it's like, it's just highlighted. It's just highlighting that, and it's just showing women, young girls, that listen, you don't have to be in this box that society puts you in. You can go bigger than that. The sky's your limit. And for me, I love that. I saw, it was nice to see when I was looking in the cinema, I saw some young girls there smiling.
But I felt that was good. The bit that got me, I felt like they were putting down men in the end. I don't know why I got that. It might not have been what they did, but that's how I felt.
At first, my first thought when I come out of the film was, oh, damn, yeah, men are trash. Like,
yeah, like, you're just putting down men.
That's what I thought. But when I actually, looked into it, digested it a little bit, I didn't really take it like that. Because really, I don't think that's the message they're trying to give. I just feel like if you're a man, I think naturally you might feel like that just off reaction.
Wow.
But once you actually like take the time to actually analyze the film properly, I don't feel the need for you to, you know, come with that kind of stance. And you should kind of see it from the women's perspective, you know, women empowerment, women, you know, they can do whatever they want.
Yeah.
You know, nothing's holding them back. And that's like, when I left the cinema, that's literally, you know, how I felt.
I'm kind of in the middle between you two, because I just feel like there was so many ideas in the film, so many good ones as well, really addressing our problems in society. But I just don't think they completely landed it well, or a lot of the ideas came to a satisfying conclusion. Like, for example, as soon as Barbie gets into the real world, she's like harassed, catcalled, assaulted, and it's like, it was just like, yeah, women get harassed in this world.
That was a good highlight.
Let's
for
move
me.
on. But I don't think it came full circle.
Okay.
And there was a couple more things like that. You've got this Barbie company, Mattel,
yeah.
and you've got this company for dolls, mainly for young girls. The boardroom is only
Full of
men in the
men.
boardroom.
Yeah.
Again, it was just like, there's only men in the boardroom, let's move on. It didn't really address it in a way that
why is there not more
it
women
came
here?
full circle to just say, like, this is not how it should be. It should be fairer than this. So while I do like that they brought up a lot of points, I don't think they addressed them well. And I just,
that whole Mattel thing, I just found it a bit confusing as well. Why,
that was my least favourite part of the
like,
film.
just anytime that came on my screen, I'm just like, just hurry up and get back to Barbie and Ken, please, because I just didn't know what was happening. Why did they want her to go back in the box? Like, what was the?
I honestly,
Barbie's here. Why is she here?
honestly-
Like,
honestly
what did
don't
they
know,
think she was gonna do?
It come like they wasn't gonna send her back. They were probably just gonna keep her.
I don't know what
Because
their
it's
intention
it's a
was.
life size
Yeah,
Barbie, innit?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess they would have kept her to maybe drive up sales. I don't know.
I just don't know
all.
what the intention was behind it, and it confused me a lot. And I just thought, was this really needed?
I would have liked that boardroom to have some women in it though.
Of course,
Personally,
no,
because
of
it
course
was,
we
you
do.
know,
I think that's what Ash was saying, that could have been addressed in the end, where the boardroom, there's now like,
get America Ferrera, her character, get her in the boardroom or something. But I just felt like it was very much so, these are the issues in society, but we're not going to deal with them whatsoever. We're just going to tell you that they're issues. And also, they address a load of issues in a way that people who already have the opinions of Greta Gerwig, they're the people that will enjoy the movie. They're the people that will be on board with what she's saying. But people who don't hold the same
You're
views,
saying it doesn't get them on side.
It's like Greta Gerwig. It's almost like she made the movie and she was like, "This is for the people that get it. I'm not gonna at least
Bother
try
to-
and explain these issues, even to young girls, because there was a lot of talk about patriarchal society." And
But can I
there was
just
a lot
say,
of big
this
words.
was not, you're saying young girls,
is
this was
not
not a kid,
for-
this was not a kids film.
It wasn't
Yeah,
a
it
kids
wasn't giving me
film.
that
It
vibe of a
wasn't
kid film, no.
necessarily marketed to a kids film, but I do think it's a bit bizarre to make a film about dolls that we've had as a kid. That Barbie's still pretty popular now,
Yeah.
I've heard,
Of course.
and to not at least have an element where
cater to
you
them.
can. If I had children, I don't think I'd bring them to the Barbie movie because they wouldn't understand a thing that's going on.
No,
It wasn't even the innuendos for me. It's just you wouldn't even understand. There was loads of monologues about patriarchal society and loads of words that I didn't even understand myself.
It's not.
Imagine
It
being a
wouldn't
young
be.
kid in that
It
film,
wouldn't be
where-
enjoyable for kids.
No.
Me personally, it's not enjoyable. And you know me. There's a kid in me that loves these kiddie films.
Yeah, small. Yeah.
Nah, man, it didn't prick me at all.
It was literally up until like, it was fine up until dancing, and she said, "Oh, have you guys ever thought about death?" And then from that point, it was
That's when it
like-
got real.
because I was in there thinking, I just kept hearing the word death,
Yeah.
and it was like, obviously as human beings, it's not something that we talk about in it. We kind of just go with life, and then obviously when the time comes. But I guess I was just a bit like, they're really throwing this in our face, and that kind of thing. So I was a bit like, there's kids in here and all that. I wasn't really too sure in it, but yeah, definitely didn't give me the vibes of like young kids, and it was more like for teens and teens and above, innit?
Yeah. How did you feel about? I felt confused as to. Well, back again. I feel like this is a multiverse sort of thing. Again, we can't escape it. That's just anytime we go to the cinema, it will be a multiverse thing. We'll be seeing Oppenheimer next.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there was a multiverse in Oppenheimer.
I was gonna say there's gonna be they're trying to do that.
Is it?
I read up somewhere and they're trying to expand
For Barbie.
For Barbie, yeah. They want to
Yeah.
expand.
Yeah,
it.
They're
come
trying
on,
to
man.
make
Like,
them-
It's a bit.
they need to just calm down with that. Everybody, just calm down. We don't need a multiverse everywhere we look, you know. But with that, did you just find it a bit weird how it was just accepted that Barbie is a doll and she's now in the real world? It was not questioned. It was not, how did you get here? How does this make sense?
Yeah.
It very much wasn't questioned. It was just like, Barbie's here, let's send her back. Like,
Yeah, I feel like even in like a Marvel film, they let you know that the rest of the world knows that superheroes exist. Whereas in this film, I didn't know if people knew that
The
Barbie
Barbie
existed.
existed,
If you can just go through the portals to the real world, and this has happened before.
even the journey from the Barbie land to the real world was just
That
like,
was a funny journey.
how do you even like begin that sort of trip to, you know, go
Yeah.
through the rivers and go through like, I was just confused how that was not addressed. How, what is the portal from Barbie land to the real world? And can, obviously, clearly, because we saw the mother and daughter, her name was Sasha and what's the
Sasha and Gloria.
Gloria, yeah, Sasha and Gloria, they obviously went from the normal world to Barbie land. So obviously humans can get there, and the guys from Mattel as well, they got to Barbie land. So you can move back and forth, but it just doesn't explain how that happened. So I was confused. I felt like there was a lot of potential in this, with the first 20 to 30 minutes thinking, yeah, this movie is going to fly and it's really going to captivate me, and it makes sense why so many people are talking about it and everything. But when this finished, I really did feel underwhelmed with the story. I did feel underwhelmed with the story.
Yeah, I agree. Just from what you kind of expected, or probably in your head before the film, thinking a Barbie film, it probably, like, if we were kids, you wouldn't expect these kind of things to be in there.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like the kind of, this Barbie's meant to be for kids,
But this really wasn't. This was for the people who played with Barbie and they finished 10.
This
Yeah,
is
15 years
for
because really and truly,
my
are they still selling Barbies? Like,
No,
obviously,
they
prior,
are.
prior to them obviously starting marketing it. Were Barbie like really selling like that? Like they're
No, they are still, but not as much as before,
innit?
but they are still, you know.
So it's literally just like for nostalgia and for the.
But that
our
Barbie would
generation,
never
innit?
die though. Barbie
Never
would
die.
never die. So even though it's not as much as, you know, then it's Barbie in another format. There probably is a Barbie sort of video game or something that we don't know about, or some
Yeah.
online thing that these
all my
guys do.
quotes
these
were
days.
from Barbie movies, and I didn't know, like, Barbie movies, I guess, on like kids platforms. I don't
Yeah.
know, and I didn't know they existed. So
Yeah.
I just wanted to stay on the plot quickly, but
Yeah, of course.
what were you guys' thoughts when Barbie met Sasha for the first time at the school, and obviously Sasha gave her that hairdryer treatment?
I was again like,
It's a bit of a
whole
weird interaction.
monologue
weird
about
interaction, yeah.
fascism and stuff like that. I was just a bit like,
And she's
Even
talking
I
from the
don't-
perspective of a kid as well. So
yeah, I know. It was just, it was all a bit too
How do you know this?
in your face, on the nose. Like, we get it. You don't like like dolls and girls
Yeah.
and thing. And you've given us this big monologue, but I'm like, maybe show us and not tell us that.
Yeah.
These-
They did catch me by surprise though, because I did think Sasha was the actual owner of
That's what I thought as
of
well.
That
Barbie,
was
and then I thought that's maybe why
a
she's
twist.
going crazy and well, not crazy, but things are happening to her, you know, because Sasha has probably read some books or something like that
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
changed her ideology or things. So I thought that's what it was. So it did shock me when it was actually the mum,
Yeah.
Gloria, but
Yeah.
yeah, it just didn't make sense. Like, she spotted her, she saw her, it's like, Barbie, like, and ran after. Like, I just didn't get it. The plot was just, you know, it could have been better. They could have filled in the holes for me, and they didn't. But that's not to talk about the overall movie here. That's just to talk about the plot, and the plot is the main thing. When we review these films, the plot kind of gives us a direction of how we feel about a film. So yeah, I wasn't too impressed.
Yeah. I just wanted to say, like, I did like the one thing I did like in the plot as well was you know, I liked the speech that Gloria made. I liked it. I have the quote, but I'm not gonna read it all because it was a
Go
really,
on.
really long speech.
I hope I wasn't asleep for that.
But no, it was a really good quote, and for her and for that line to basically deprogramize like the Barbies and stuff, bring them back to normal. Go on.
See, I again, a monologue which I liked. I agreed with everything she was saying, but these long monologues in the film
They weren't
didn't
it.
love.
It was
And then
long.
this idea that you just say these things to Barbies and they're like, oh yeah, I remember. No, I'm a woman and I should be respected. It was just a bit. That was just a bit
Is that what it
childish
takes?
for me. I wish there was some kind of other way they could show women being unbrainwashed.
Yeah.
What's that word? Is there a word for that? Women
could go with
being
that.
We can go with that. Yeah.
unbrainwashed without giving them a speech and acting like they're stupid.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they come back and they're like, no, I'm a woman, I should be respected. I'm just like, can you just stop being so obvious with your ideas? Can
Yeah.
you-
Yeah, I think it would have been nice if because they didn't show how Ken like took over, innit? It's just like Barbie's coming.
Yeah,
back, and then,
yeah,
like, Ken
and
is
then-
just, Ken is just the ruler. Like,
Yeah.
how did Ken?
I
how did he do
would
this?
have liked to see part of it, which would have made it better. I've seen Ken literally not brainwash, but change the minds of the people to
Yeah.
get Barbie Land to be the way it was. Was it called his Kendo?
Kendo,
Kendo? His condo? Kendo? I don't know if that's what you called it.
I
but
kind of like her coming back because I was actually excited to go back to Barbie Land. I hated
yeah, I was
whatever.
too.
But I
Yeah.
kind of liked her coming back and everything's different. I thought that even kind of surprised me.
Yeah, no, that's
but-
good. But let's see how it
But, like,
got
But
how
there.
it happened, didn't
these
it?
women dolls being brainwashed was just like a bit of a random one for
How
me.
did it how did it
that
happen
you
so
do
quickly?
need to show.
Like, how did it happen so quickly? They're all willing to do this. What did he say to them? Like, guys, patriarchy, and
Yeah,
they
it-
all
it
started
feel-
like
yeah.
changing.
It feels like it feels like the director Greta was more focused on the message rather than like, the film.
The
Because there were
story.
certain bits that were good, but there were certain bits she definitely could have done better in.
Yeah, and I feel like that is being overlooked right now. To be honest, I've not heard too many opinions on it. When I was doing my research and my study for this, I didn't go. I didn't want to look at what people were saying. I just wanted to go off how I felt about the film, and yeah, the plot. Guys, I'm not too happy. There's so many films now that we're saying I'm not too happy with the plot. This is probably the second one in a row, but this is not as bad as Boogeyman. But there could have been, like I said, gaps that just could have been filled to make this movie match the popularity, to match the hype. There could have just been so much, because I went from here thinking that, oh, this is not going to be good, to, oh my god, everybody's watching it, talking about it, to thinking it's going to be really good, and then coming out feeling this didn't really match what everybody was talking about. But not to say it's a bad film. But yeah, I'll go with that. But let's talk about the actors. How did you feel about Margaret Robbie and Ryan Gosling as our 2 stars?
I thought she was really, really good.
Really good.
I thought she was super believable. I also liked that she made Barbie not dumb and silly.
Mm-hmm.
I still believed that she was actually quite smart. She's a doll,
yeah.
but a smart woman, just a little bit naive. And I
Wait,
think
was
she
was
a bit-
there other stereotypical Barbies, by the way?
Oh, there was that weird Barbie.
But was she the only stereotypical Barbie?
I think she was
Yeah,
the
she was the only
stereotypical
one,
Okay.
Barbie.
Maybe
But yeah.
there was pregnant Barbie as well. No?
Yeah, there was all different
There was
Barbies.
all
right?
different Barbies.
Yeah, I think they really could have made her a dumb doll, but they actually went down the route of she's quite smart,
Intelligent.
naive, intelligent, humble, and yeah, I think she was so believable. I really liked that scene where is it called breaking the fourth wall, when the narrator said Margot Robbie was the worst person to cast in this.
Oh,
role.
yeah, yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
because she
Yeah.
was like,
I thought that actually caught me by surprise.
Mm-hmm.
That got quite a big laugh in the cinema.
Yeah, that did. In my cinema, there was a few laughs here and there.
yeah.
I wanted to comment on the comedy. I know we're in characters.
Yeah, but
Didn't land for me.
it didn't. No,
No,
no.
I,
for
I
me
don't
either,
think
no.
I
It didn't land.
think I laughed, like giggled once, and I think everything else was a bit like
The only
smiling.
person, I'll go back to Margaret Robbie in a sec, but the only person who gave me the giggles was Ryan Gosling as Ken.
A lot of people have been saying that, and I was expecting a good performance. I think he was good, but again, I didn't necessarily. The humor wasn't always landing. There was times when they'd make a joke and the cinema was dead silent.
Yeah.
So
That's a bit sticky.
every now and then he made me laugh,
Yeah,
but then
yeah. For me, he was my excitement to the film. Margaret Robbie, she was really good. I feel like you could not have found a better person.
Mhm.
I would say for Ryan Gosling, you might have found a better person. You never know.
know why he did it,
Zac
right?
Efron, maybe he could have.
You know why he did it though, innit?
What?
Ryan Gosling. You know why he took the role, right?
Nah.
Because he said that it was something to do with he came home. I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just paraphrasing right now. I think he came home one time and I think he saw his kids playing with a Barbie doll, but the Ken doll was face down, innit?
As in, like, not playing with
That's
it.
not playing with it.
Mhm.
So that's when he said something about how he sent it to Greta and was like, "Yeah, I will be your Ken." And something
Oh,
like
really?
that. Yeah, something
Okay.
like that. Yeah.
profound.
No, with him, I feel like he did a good job, but like I said, I can imagine Zac Efron playing Ken, literally
Yeah.
perfectly playing Ken. But with Margaret Robbie, there was nobody Nobody
one.
that I could think of that could play this
No one.
role
Perfect.
better than her. And I think my favorite film that Margaret Robbie's been in is probably like The Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah,
That's
I love her in that.
Amazing film. I watched it like 3 times.
yeah, you know what I mean.
That's hard.
And she's really, really good in it. And you could just see that she has loads of like diversity when it comes to acting. And she gave us a different display in this one. No accent in this film,
Yeah.
but it was very realistic the way she played it. She showed all her emotions. She showed like times where she could be naive, but times where she's also smart. She just everything that they would want to showcase in Barbie came out through her.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed with it. I can't fault her at all. Whatever script they've given her, whatever lines they've given her, 10 out of 10 for Margaret Robbie. And Ryan Gosling, like I said, he was also brilliant as well, because for me, he did bring me the excitement. I don't know, not that Margaret Robbie's not exciting, not that she wasn't, but Ryan, like, I just didn't know what to expect from Ken. Like, you just watched the movie. He was the only thing that was like, what is he going to do now? Like, what's going to happen now? I found it very interesting, him literally in the human world, figuring out patriarchy. Like, he was like, oh, and men, the bosses here. Like, there was just certain things that he was saying. Like, he was just looking at men working out and you seeing their muscles and that. He's like, yeah, like,
I got muscles as well.
yeah, like, you know, he was like, yeah, I'm a man, that kind of thing. And he really acted that out really well. So I was really impressed with both of them. For me, they were obviously the stars of the film, but
Yeah.
like when we watched Creed and I spoke about Michael B. Jordan and who was the other guy again? What's my guy's name? Damon.
Jonathan Majors.
Jonathan Majors. Those two were the main stars. These two were the main stars in this film, and everybody else was shadowed out. They tried to get what's his name, Will Ferrell, the guy that played the Mattel.
Was it Simu? I can't say his name, but he was in
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yeah. As he was Ken, isn't it? Yeah. They tried to get all these like side characters. There's a funny video, by the way, going around with
I've seen it.
Ryan Gosling, like
When
they're taking a picture or a pose, and Ryan Gosling's not Ryan Gosling's, what's his name?
Simu. Let's call him Simu. Yeah.
Simu, yeah, his hand was around
His waist or
his
something.
waist, and Ryan Gosling's like, yeah, just put that out. That kind of thing.
He looks so bad.
He looked so like he looked peed off, like he looked so pissed off, like, you know, it was so funny. But yeah, all these guys were side characters. Like Will Ferrell, I just felt they were forcing him on us. Like, just go away.
They tried to make
go away,
him
man.
like the comedy.
They tried to
Yeah, and
make
it wasn't given.
It wasn't hitting like that.
Buddy the Elf from Elf and some other iconic roles he's played, and I was like, he didn't need to be in the film.
Nah,
Yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like, I was literally like, go away, man. I'm not into all of that at all. But yeah, I thought those two, they really they were shining, those two, and I wouldn't be surprised if they're up for awards. At the end,
because
because
they're up for awards. I think I saw that they've got like 3 nominations already.
oh really? Yeah. So not weak story, but story that wasn't full, but actor wise, in terms of the two main stars, I'm sure they spent a lot of money on them. They did their thing for real.
They
So I was
did
really
amazing
impressed.
with what they had.
Do you got any shout outs for anyone else? Because those two were the only ones for me to be fair.
I did like Sasha. I did like her a lot. I feel like she was. I just liked her. You know, it was that attitude, innit? You know, the attitude was just like the teenager. You know, the mum is trying to connect with her, but
She's not hearing it.
she's not trying to hear it. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of nice to kind of see.
But do teenagers we're just seeing all these films, right? We even saw it in Boogeyman. Like, the way teenagers are portrayed these days is like they completely hate their parents. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I'm trying to say in it? It's like they
Yeah.
completely hate
I
them,
feel like
and I
that's
just
such
I never
older-
experienced that as a teenager where I just completely hate my get away from me, mom. Like,
like you can't,
Yeah.
you don't want to look at them kind of thing.
like
innit?
what's going
Yeah,
on?
I
Like,
don't
what's
know.
the animosity? Like, to explain what is going on, and they showed scenes of Gloria, the mother, just obviously being upset and reminiscing of times when Sasha was a kid and they would play with the Barbie, and she was just reminiscing that those times are not there anymore. But you just think about like what would make the relationship go so bad. Like, surely if you were tight with your kid when they were growing up, surely, I'm not saying you would still be tight, but it wouldn't be as bad as what they were portraying. You would think something happened for them to. I thought they were going to do something with the dad as well. I don't even know who acted the dad.
I don't know.
He was in a couple
He
of
was
scenes.
there trying to learn some stuff.
Yeah, like, I just didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know if there was a story for him either, so we didn't really see too much. That I don't even know who acted the dad, to be fair. But yeah, those two were. I won't say they were okay. They were good as well,
They were
but there
decent,
weren't. For me, there was only two standouts. Margaret
Yeah,
Robbie,
of course. We all know who this
Yeah.
is.
Ryan Gosling. So
clear. I mean,
I'm pretty much happy with them. Ryan Gosling. The last film that I saw of Ryan Gosling was, I think, is it called Crazy Happy Something Love? That was my first rom-com that I've ever watched. Like
The first.
the first. It is the first. It's probably the only. It's probably the only. I watched that when I was like in year 11 or something, and that's when I thought, yeah, I love rom-coms. Actually, no. Think Like a Man, is that a rom-com?
Possibly. I have no idea.
Think Like a Man.
I've watched that, but
I think it's a romantic
you.
comedy. It is romantic. So it's comedy. Yeah. So I think watching that with Ryan Gosling made me start watching a few rom-coms. I would say Think Like a Man. Yeah, I watched that because of that crazy something love with Ryan Gosling anyway. But yeah, this was my, I've seen other films, but this was like my second film of actually watching Ryan Gosling, and he did really well. So I'm happy with that acting. What would you lot say about the cinematography with this one?
Really? I don't know. I would say, okay, this may not come under cinematography, but I'd say like visually, the film was stunning.
Spot on.
Yeah, it
It
was
was-
so colourful.
Everything about Barbie Land, generally, there's so many different ways that my
Do you know
eyes could
what it
go.
reminded me of? It reminded me of Lazy Town.
A little bit.
Have you watched
yeah.
Lazy Town?
No.
Sporticus.
What?
What?
I wasn't that kind of child.
No, yeah,
Damn.
that gave me Lazy Town vibes a little bit, like, you know, where anything can just happen,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's fake, but it's real at the same time. It was spectacular. I thought the cinematography in this was really great. I thought the choreography, the way they shot that was great at the start. That's
Oh,
what I'm
that
saying.
was
At the
really
start,
good,
it was
yeah.
like, yo, this is flying, but then for me, it just got a bit.
Yeah, I just thought, I
Flat.
liked all that when they were dancing. I loved all the angles that they were giving, but yeah, it just kind of took a turn.
Yeah,
So-
I was just thinking, what works in Barbie Land, what doesn't work in Barbie Land. It
I
really did.
I would say I did like the bit when, I might be going really far ahead now.
Oh.
At the end, when Barbie and Ruth
Yeah,
were speaking, I did
Yeah.
like that. I did
Yeah.
like how that looks. That was really good. Where it's like it's just white in the background,
yeah,
and it's just those two kind of talking.
yeah.
I did really like that.
Yeah, no, I think they did a good job. So we've got an acting wise, it was great. Cinematography, it was stunning, it was great. It still comes back to the plot of it not being as strong as it could have been. But I don't know. Is that a consensus? Like, are we saying that's what it is or nah?
I mean, I agree to an extent.
Okay.
The
To
plot
an
could have
extent.
definitely been better.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think there's so much more, like, there's so much to talk about in this movie. Like, every individual scene,
Yeah.
some were really good and some
And some were
weren't.
really like,
weren't great,
yeah,
so,
and not needed.
yeah.
Okay. So it's a bit of up and down. But
Up
for
and
me,
down.
I think so for everybody on an individual basis, depending on how much you decided to digest the film, you'll probably have a different opinion. Because I have a few friends that have told me, "Oh, I actually liked it," and I'm just like, "Oh, okay, that's cool." Not that I didn't, but
Yeah.
but that's cool. Like they were feeling really positive, but I was feeling a bit, oh, okay, you know, at the end of it. So we'll say that's good. Do you have any numbers for us on how well it's done?
I do. So the budget for the film was somewhere between 128 to 145 million.
Okay.
It's, as of right now, it's grossed 472.6 million worldwide.
Wait, that hype was insane.
Yeah.
my.
Insane. Opening weekend 70.5 million, which is the best of 2023 so far. Largest opening weekend since Black Panther,
Wow.
and that was 181.3 million.
Mm.
Yeah. The biggest opening weekend by a female director, surpassing Captain Marvel and Suicide Squad.
Yeah, so they really put bums on seats.
No, they really. I listen. Long time since I've gone to a cinema and the cinema is sold.
Packed.
I can't remember the last time it
Packed.
happened.
I literally tried to book this, and every like cinema I was checking, packed.
Like,
Packed.
literally.
I was like, what is actually going on? That was my first experience of just seeing everything packed up.
Like, I got to the point where like I had to book a super saver seat at View.
Oh, did you
That's
actually?
That's how packed it was.
Really?
And I don't take those seats. I never take those seats.
But you had to
I had
see
to,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, man. It was
I-
just
Yeah.
they done their thing. They put a lot in the marketing, and they've reaped the rewards. And this was just the first week. The film's not even been out for a week, has it?
No, it
Or
hasn't.
a week today?
A week tomorrow.
A week tomorrow?
But I am really enjoying this idea. Like people keep saying, cinema is back with Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying everyone being excited to go to the cinema.
I
again.
am.
I don't
It's
think
all
I
over.
have
It's all
been.
over my timeline.
Mhm.
I'm just seeing it, and it's exciting me to think. Yeah, we've had a year that there's not been too many like blockbuster films. Like we've reviewed some good films, but were they blockbuster as in like they were headlining for everyone universally? There's some communities that will watch films and others that won't.
Yeah.
But this was a universal, like, yo, it doesn't matter what community you're from, you're gonna hear about it, and it's up to you whether you want to watch it. But
Yeah.
9 times out of 10, everybody's on trying to see it, you know, or they're trying to say, you see it and let me know how it goes, and then I'll see it.
Mhm.
That's how it's been. So the numbers make sense. What do you have in terms of reviews?
Well, I've got two. I've got a really good one,
Mm.
and I have one that is basically just pooing all over the film. But we'll
I
get
know
to
which
that
one Media wants to hear.
Do which one you hear
You know
first?
which one I
You
want to
hear
hear.
the one that's pooing over the
No, we hear the good one first, and then we'll bring us back to reality.
All right, cool. This was a 9 out of 10. Title is widely misunderstood by the poor reviewers. Unfortunately, most reviews that I've read here that scored this film poorly explain so clearly that the reviewer did not understand the message of the film. It is not anti-men. It does not portray men as stupid. Take a moment to think about how women have been portrayed in movies over the last century. Oh yes, just as Ken is here. The movie exaggerates this, yes. This is the point, to clearly and humorously highlight the inequalities when the roles are reversed. Stop being offended by something that isn't offensive and take a bit of time to actually think about the film that you have watched.
Are they talking to me?
Hold on. Yeah, it's true.
Are they talking to
me? The film was fun, emotional, moving, sad, and empowering in many ways. I must admit, I hadn't expected to enjoy this film, but wow, what a surprise!
I think they were shooting at me the whole way.
I kind of hear that because
I
I fully hear it because the roles have fully been reversed. Look at your faces.
No. I hear what they're saying now. Like they had to exaggerate that on the men's side of things. Okay, fair enough. But I still stand by what I'm saying. That's how I feel.
I do agree with that, and I feel like I actually have read a lot of reviews where men have come out. Piers Morgan has come out and said this is so offensive to men, and I'm just like, really? Like,
Piers Morgan's
I get
hitting this
it,
with me, so I don't know. I'd have to see.
but really, did you really leave the film with that impression, or did you leave the film of, oh, this is maybe a commentary on how when roles reverse and when this is maybe how?
I did, but I still had a little bit anti-men. Not fully like screaming it from the rooftops, don't see that film, it's anti-men. No, but I felt like this wasn't really.
I feel like it's definitely
encouraging.
a film that 100% rub men the wrong way.
But think
And
about
some men.
think about the little boys that are gonna watch this. Like they're just gonna think.
So the movie's not about them though. Don't worry about
Okay, that's fair enough. It's not about them, but I'm just saying. Everybody's saying think about the little girls that are gonna watch this. Think about the little boys that are gonna watch this as well. So I don't know, man. They could have just.
I mean, it could be a good thing because the little boys, they can learn to treat women as equals. That could be something.
Or they could learn to feel like they're inferior.
I don't
The
see
way
a
the
reason
movie
for them-
portrays it.
I wouldn't see a reason for them to be inferior though.
That's
I
the way
don't
the
know. But
movie
it depends
portrays
on
it.
how how they take the message, innit?
Yeah, no, I'm only joking. Little boys won't feel like that. Don't get onto me because I know some people will get onto me.
He's gonna get flamed.
Oh my days! What's the bad one? Let me hear the bad
The
one.
bad one is this film isn't saying what it thinks what it think it is. How do you say her name?
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie. Okay. Margaret does the best with what she's given, but this film
That's what I
was
said.
very disappointing to me. It was marketed as fun, quirky satire with homages to other films. It started that way, but ended with over dramatized speeches and an ending that clearly tried to make the audience feel something, but left everyone just feeling confused. And before you say I'm a old man, I'm in my 20s, so I'm pretty sure I'm the movie's target audience. The saddest part is there were parents with their kids in the theater that were victims of this poor marketing, because this is not a kids movie. Overall, the humor was fun on occasion and the film is beautiful to look at, but the whole concept falls apart in the second half of the film and becomes a pity party for the strong women.
I agree.
Ash.
I agree,
I wanna
man.
know Ash's-
I agree. I wish I wrote that.
Ash's thoughts on this. We cooking today. Let's go.
I wish
It's-
I wrote that one. That was good.
Is
That was good.
smiling so
That was
much.
good. Because the first one got me. I was like, nah, this is 1-1.
No, it's so hard because I really felt like they were going somewhere with it. I've already said it. They were going somewhere with it, and it just fell at the final hurdle.
Yeah.
One scene in the movie that I just quickly want to mention is at the end-ish when Simu Lee,
Yeah.
his Ken, when he's like to the other Barbies, oh, can I have a place in the court system? And they're like, no, but you can have a really lower job. And I'm like, it would have been a good time to maybe have a little
bit.
chat on
Isn't that
equality.
what
And
I
that's
was
what I
saying?
mean when I'm like,
Isn't that what I'm saying?
I I love bringing up all these
Making
issues
these little
that
boys feel like they
women
can't be
face.
Supreme Court justices.
Okay.
I-
I like the bringing up all these issues that women face, and I'm also really passionate about it. I just don't think it was really done in the right way, personally.
Okay. No, I agree.
Like,
I
like
agree.
you said, like with what the director wanted it. Either you get. If you don't, then too bad. Then
That's your problem. You've
That's
already
your
paid
pro-
for your
that's literally
ticket.
what it is. That's literally what it is. Like,
You
she's
pay for your
not-
ticket and you giving us your money.
She's not really too fussed about the other side. She just, if you're on her side of that fence, kudos to
She's
you.
all with
You're
it.
good.
Okay. So what would you say the overall impact is? Would you say that this is a film one for the history books, or would it be easily forgotten about in the next?
Sorry.
You know.
No, sorry. I just want to make a random point that
Oh, go on.
I thought of. Can you think about if this film was made like 5 or 10 years ago, it would look completely different.
As in like better or worse, or like the same content?
No,
or
I'm
if it-
saying with our whole society issues,
Yeah.
10 years ago, the film would have been completely different.
Oh, I believe so.
it probably
Whereas,
would have.
Like, I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet. We're going to see it next.
Yeah.
But if Oppenheimer was made 10 years ago, it probably
be
would
this, yeah, it's the same.
look similar.
Yeah.
But Barbie, because of all the issues they brought up
Yeah.
and everything, looks different.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no.
sorry.
No, I agree with that.
No.
So
Sorry, random point.
no, but overall impact. So is this going to be one for the history books? Because obviously, look what it's done this year in terms of how many people have gone to see it already, or would it just be easily forgotten?
I feel like it's definitely a film that will stick in the minds for a while,
Yeah.
just because of the message that it gives across. Because the idea is for Barbies to teach young girls that they can do anything. Whilst all the other dolls on the market, like there's so many other like dolls and like baby dolls, but Barbie was designed to let girls imagine themselves like to be anything they want. There's no limit. So, and I feel like a lot of parents that have daughters, they will be kind of.
So
relaying that
so
message to
my
them.
question is, in let's say 5 to 10 years time, you have a kid. What actually no, we established it's not a kid's film,
Yeah.
but would you think in let's say 20 years now, you have a kid and your kid's now 20, you think that's a film that they'll go back in time and let me watch Barbie?
No.
Alright. Fair enough, because I agree.
I don't
Just
think
based
so.
on like rewatchability, I don't think I'll rewatch this one.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
I wouldn't too.
enjoyed it enough in the moment. I don't think I'll be rewatching this.
No, I agree too. I think I'm the same. That's something that we should also be discussing when we do our reviews. The rewatchability of it. That's a good topic, and yeah, this one it didn't have it. So yeah, I'll just talk about the final ratings. I'll go first for the first time. My final rating is 6.3.
Okay.
So I don't know if you guys think that was high or low. I don't know what you lot think from what I normally give out, but
We can
mine
talk-
was
we can
6.3.
talk about the ratings after.
okay.
I gave it a 7.5 out of
Okay.
10.
I gave it a 7.25, and do you know what I was basing it off of? My rating for John Wick, which I can't actually remember what it was, but it was I think a 7, and I was like, I can't put this below John Wick, but
You couldn't put this below John Wick.
I think you.
I think you can.
Yeah, you
What
can.
I personally have anyway,
Yeah, you
but
can, yeah, you can.
I think you can.
put this
What
below
you
John
think? This is better than John Wick?
I think it's better.
I
Did
mean-
I enjoy it more? No.
I mean, with John Wick, it's just this guy just fighting bare dogs, isn't it? He's just fighting guys. He's never gonna die, so he's not saying
man.
much. But
Let's
this
not
one, there's
go
a
back
lot.
to John
There's a lot
Wick.
more dialogue here, so it keeps you engaged.
Yeah.
So I agree with Ash.
Okay, so that gives us an overall score of 7 out of 10, and I think on the leaderboard that will put it. Let's see, number 4. So we got Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse first, Avatar second, Creed third, John Wick fourth. Oh no, John Wick 4th. This would be 5th. John Wick is 4th at 7.5, and then Barbie is 5th.
I'm surprised that Creed
at
is just,
7.
it's just there. Like,
Yeah,
I
let
really-
Creed be there.
I thought Creed would slip a little
What's
bit.
nah, Creed is holding its weight, and I'm
It
proud of
really
it.
is,
It's
it
holding
really
its
is,
weight.
it
So we
really
go with
is.
7. I think 7 is fair. Obviously, mine was on the low side, but obviously you guys have brought it up to 7.
I don't
So
think yours was on the. I think it's like 6, 7. It's like it's pretty.
it's not too harsh.
pretty-
I
like,
didn't give it like
I
a
feel
4
like
or
it's
anything.
It's an average film, but the message was. I think
That's
if you're
what
ta- if
boost-
you're
that's
taking-
what
if you're
boosts
taking
it
the
for you.
positive messages, it's very strong. So
Mm.
that might boost the ratings for a lot of people.
Okay, so that's our conclusion. Official Movie Club rating is 7 out of 10. You could put in the comments whether you agree with us, disagree with us. What were your thoughts? Just let us know. Make sure you like the video, you comment, like I said, and you subscribe to our channel. Also, remember the giveaway. Remember to get involved in that as well. But yeah, that concludes our review. You can watch our previous review, which was The Boogeyman. Yeah, that was our most recent one before this. So that's also on our channel. And you can look at our other reviews as well. But yeah, guys, that's it. The next film that we'll be reviewing will be Oppenheimer. So
Woo, I'm excited.
Ooh,
I'm excited as well. So yeah, we'll catch that one with you lot. In the meantime, peace.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye, Barbies and Kens.